are here, beautiful. So beautiful.
Hey, upside-down theorists, and welcome back to the channel. We've all seen the final image of Season 4, ash falling on Hawkins, the gate wide open, and the entire landscape bleeding into the upside down. The long-feared war has begun. But let's be honest, we know who the general of the enemy army is. Vecna, aka Henry Creel, aka 1. The problem is, the version of Vecna we fought in Season 4. That was the tutorial level. That was Vecna 1.0. If the Duffer brothers give us the exact same villain for the final showdown, Season 5 will fall flat. No, for the true, apocalyptic finale we deserve. We need an evolution. We need an integrated threat. We need the final terrifying form, Vecna 2.0, and his ascension is the only logical lead story for the final season. So let's dive into what Vecna 2.0 is, why he's necessary, and the horrifying ways he could manifest in the ruins of Hawkins. First, we have to establish why Vecna 1.0 failed, or rather, why his defeat was a deliberate half-measure. In the Season 4 finale, the team launched a multi-pronged assault. Steve, Nancy, and Robin torched his physical body in the Creel house, and 11 mentally incinerated his conscious mind in their final psychic battle. But what did the Duffers show us immediately afterward? Vecna's body vanishing, followed by Henry Creel's memories flashing across Elle's mind. The implication is clear. You can't kill a supernatural entity with a shotgun and a lighter. Vecna's physical body was severely damaged, but the connection to the mind flayer and the upside-down's hive mind is what truly sustains him. He isn't human anymore. He's a fusion of Henry Creel's immense psychic power and the dark force of the upside down. When he vanished, he didn't die. He retreated for the ultimate regeneration. And this is where Vecna 2.0 comes in. The next time he emerges, he won't be relying on his old parlor tricks. He'll be weaponizing the mind flayer itself. Think about every great villain in cinema, Thanos, Voldemort, the Terminator. Their final form is always an exponential threat increase. Vecna 1.0 was dangerous because he was intelligent, manipulative, and targeted the trauma of individuals. He was the psychological threat, but he still had limitations. He needed to open 4 gates, and he was physically vulnerable. For Season 5, the stakes aren't individual lives. They are the entire world. The Upside Down has merged with Hawkins. We need a villain capable of commanding legions, not just creeping into teenagers' minds. If 11 just has to mentally battle Henry in a dark hallway again, the audience will feel robbed. Vecna 2.0 must transcend his personal vendetta against 11 and become the actual, embodied force of nature that the mind flayer always promised to be. This means a union so complete. He is no longer just Henry Creel with powers. He is the apex predator of the Upside Down. The most compelling theory for Vecna 2.0 centers on a complete and total union with the mind flayer. Remember, the mind flayer initially controlled Vecna by manipulating his environment, using him as a powerful psychic general. But what if the mind flayer, having seen its general fail, decides to fully integrate its consciousness? Imagine a scenario where the mind flayer isn't just sending orders, but actively occupying Vecna's regenerative body. Vecna 2.0 wouldn't just be able to create visions of spiders. He would become the mind flayer's physical presence on Earth. This version would combine Henry's strategic mind, the brilliance of a psycho analyzing his prey, with the cosmic, raw power of the dark dimension itself. Visually, this could be terrifying. No longer just a scarred humanoid. Vecna 2.0 could have elongated, shadow-like limbs, perhaps even glowing red eyes, and the ability to instantly generate small portions of the mind flayer's signature smoke, or tendrils directly from his body. His trauma targeting wouldn't be focused on memories. It would be focused on mass-inducing existential horror. The second theory for escalation shifts the focus from raw power to command capability. Vecna 1.0 could open gates. Vecna 2.0 should be able to instantly control every creature currently flooding into Hawkins. In the final season, the entire town is a combat zone. We know there are demogorgons, demodogs, and potentially even new, more horrific creatures we haven't seen. If Vecna 2.0's regeneration resulted in a perfect synchronization with the hive mind, not just being a part of it, but being the central processing unit, he becomes the ultimate commander. He could direct hundreds of demogorgons with a thought, coordinate troop movements like a seasoned general, and most terrifyingly, use will as a permanent surveillance hub. This takes the fight away from a small band of heroes against one psycho and turns it into a full-scale military campaign against a fully unified, organized, and ruthless alien force. Vecna 2.0's lead story becomes a strategic chess match against the combined military might of the Upside Down. Led by a ruthless strategist, how does Vecna 2.0 specifically raise the personal stakes for 11? For the finale, it cannot just be a stronger power blast. It has to challenge the core of her identity and her connection to her friends. Vecna 2.0's purpose is to shatter the hope that L represents. He is the personification of the worst parts of the world they are fighting to protect. If he is integrated with the Mind Flayer, his psychic influence would be massive, essentially creating a psychic fog over the entire town, making it difficult for 11 to even use her powers without being instantly detected or overwhelmed. Furthermore, Vecna 2.0 could reveal a horrific truth, that his existence is inextricably linked to the Upside Down itself, and that truly killing him might cause the entire dimension to collapse, potentially taking Elle's powers or even her life with it. This isn't just about saving Hawkins. It's about a sacrifice, forcing 11 to make a final, devastating choice about the nature of her own power and whether humanity is worth the ultimate cost. If Vecna 2.0 is going to be this unstoppable force, what is his Achilles heel? Every villain needs one. And for Henry Creel, it's his humanity. Vecna 1.0 was driven by Henry's trauma and resentment. If Vecna 2.0 becomes purely the Mind Flayer's avatar, he loses that human-level motivation, making him almost boring. The key to his defeat must be finding the tiny, flickering ember of Henry Creel's human memory and exploiting it. Maybe a memory of his mother, or his first interaction with the lab. The ultimate defeat won't be achieved with fire or force, but with a psychic intervention where 11, or perhaps Will, forces Vecna 2.0 to confront the life he threw away for power. It's the classic hero's maneuver, showing the villain the path he abandoned. Vecna 2.0's downfall must be a fusion of physical combat and a devastating psychological coup de grace, confirming that even the darkest entity is built on human failure. So to wrap it up, Season 5 needs a final boss, and Vecna 2.0 is that boss. He needs to evolve from a psychological threat to a strategic, physical, and cosmic threat. Whether he's the Mind Flayer's full avatar or the master of the hive mind, his story arc is the key to the entire finale. The stakes have never been higher, and neither has the potential for storytelling. What do you think? Does Vecna need an upgrade? Or are you happy with the current level of threat? Let me know your Vecna 2.0 theories down in the comments below. And if you're ready for the final battle in Hawkins, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the best shows on TV. We'll see you next time.